Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, we're going to be talking about Dallas's vibrant nighttime economy and a new organization that's on the streets that's out to change the narrative. That's just ahead.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team. And the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
Well, you really can't think about downtown Dallas and all the amazing entertainment areas without thinking about nighttime. It's a very lucrative part of Dallas's economy, and not everybody appreciates that, but someone who definitely does is Randal White. He's the founder and president of 24 Hour Dallas. Welcome to the show.
Thanks, Jeff. Nice to be here.
Okay, well, first of all, tell us what 24 Hour Dallas is.
24 Hour Dallas is a nonprofit organization that is focused on the nighttime economy, as Jeff's talking about. Our mission, we're a mission-based organization. We want to make Dallas safer, more inclusive, and more culturally and economically vibrant at night. It's as simple as that.
And it's so critical to the economy, because I remember many times during my news career, I was out highlighting violence or fights between residents and bar owners, and you really want to create a different narrative.
Right. We want to focus on the parts of a city that tourists and visitors and residents like. You know, that going to an arts and cultural event, going to a festival, going to a downtown district, going to the hotel and having a beverage in the lobby, and then walking and seeing the holiday lights. There is a whole opportunity at night in Dallas that is available to all ages, really, and we want to focus on that.
And I know there are different organizations in town, like the Dallas Restaurant Association,
Sure.
that do little pieces of this,
Correct.
but nobody's bringing everybody together.
Well, and in fact, we have the Restaurant Association in our mix. We not only have the Hotel Association, we have the restaurants, we have bar owners, we have a whole coalition of people who are working together to lift up and boost the appeal of our night in Dallas. It's part of a global movement right now, really, Jeff. And as more cities begin to recognize the value on their bottom line that the after 6 and before 6 has, they're beginning to wake up and go, we need to be doing more here.
Well, I applaud you, and this is a labor of love for you. I mean, this is.
I am a volunteer. That is true. That's correct.
So, what was the genesis for all of this?
The backstory is several years ago there was some conflict in a particular entertainment district between residents and the businesses, and a movement was created to try and close some of those businesses at midnight because they felt like that was the best way to address the problem. And the businesses approached a client of mine and said, help. And so we got involved and decided that the ordinance, kind of an ordinance, a blanket ordinance, was not going to be the best way to solve this problem. We saw what was happening in Sydney, where Sydney closed bars at midnight and their economy bottomed. And so we decided to try a different tact, and this is actually the result of that. That's our solution to that problem.
And this is so important because, you know, hopefully, knock on wood, we're coming out of COVID. And,
Exactly.
And it was a brutal time for a lot of bar and restaurant owners. And
Exactly. The survival rate's not been great. And at this time, what we want to do is this is really targeting to the people who go out. Our focus is for the people who go out and the people who walk down the street to a place. We want them to know that Dallas at night is vibrant and exciting, and you're going to be safe. Whether you're a man or a woman or gay or straight or a person of color, you will have a wonderful experience at night.
And you have 4 pillars that you stand on. One of them, Safe Night Out. Let's talk about that.
Safe Night Out is the program of a consultancy out of Washington, D.C. called Safe Night, headed up by a former officer in the Arlington County government. Safe Night Out is his package he kind of created to address these same issues, particularly in the hospitality hospitality sector, the restaurant and bar world in Arlington County. He successfully addressed public safety, responsible drinking, women's safety, and so that program, we're building around it, adding a lot more and expanding the scope beyond just the kind of bar and restaurant scene.
Another pillar, Every Voice.
Every Voice is our response. That name is from the classic African American anthem, Lift Every Voice. This is our response to reduce intrinsic and institutional racism in our nighttime businesses. There are nighttime businesses that exclude or treat different people differently based upon what they look like. And we have a program that's going to respond to that and help businesses kind of get awakened to what they might be doing subconsciously.
Outstanding. Number 3, Sidewalk Ambassador.
Well, this started out as a wonderful idea inspired by some things in Europe. We thought we would assemble people of faith and people of goodwill and put them in shiny vests and have them just walk the districts at night, spreading goodwill and love and peace. What an idea. And so that's where we're headed.
I love it. And Copper Star certification.
This also is our certification program. It's a voluntary program we're going to launch January 3rd. Any nighttime operator, a bar, a restaurant, arts and cultural entity will be able to apply for this certification. They'll have certain criteria they will want to meet that will address public safety, that'll address inclusion, that'll address community relations. And when they hit these marks, then next summer we're going to have a heck of a celebration of all the Copper Star certified businesses in Dallas.
I was on your website and Facebook, and you've got a lot of members already. I mean, this is just barely getting off the ground.
This is. We're just about to finish our first full fiscal year as a nonprofit organization. We have about 120 members, half of our individuals, half are businesses or organizations or even government agencies who kind of see that this is an opportunity to have a full court press to boost the night.
And you have an event coming up at the Omni. We're going to put that on the screen so everybody can see this. This is December 7th from 4:30 to 7.
Correct.
Tell us about that. It's a roundtable?
Correct. From 4:30 to 7, we're going to introduce the Good Neighbor Initiative to the community. And anybody who would like to come is welcome to come. We're going to lay out the plans of those 4 pillars. We're going to have spokespersons from the business community and spokespersons from the social service side who are partnering with us, including a man of faith who is helping lead the whole Sidewalk Ambassador Initiative.
Outstanding. Well, I want to get into your heart because you've had a varied career, nonprofit. You've done a lot of things in your life. Where does this organization, hold a spot in your heart?
Well, I think it's a culmination of everything I've ever learned and appreciated. Having come up from the arts world and having worked in the nonprofit sector, and then also having a deep appreciation for economic development and business value and personal opportunity. To me, this is everything coming together and bundled together, and it's kind of my parting gift, my life parting gift to the city of Dallas.
Wow, that's really special. I know there's a lot of people who say somebody ought to, and
I did. You did. That's right.
What are you discovering so far? Is it more or less work than you imagined?
It is a lot of work. I'm sort of a de facto executive director right now, even though I'm president of the board, but that's changing. We've just brought on a really dynamic young professional in Dallas who's going to be our project manager, and we have a tremendous team of volunteers everybody's taking their piece and moving it forward. And truly, I'm at that point where I'm getting to surf because everybody else is making the waves happen.
That's beautiful. Okay, we've only got about a minute left, so your viewer is on the right, and that camera right there. Look into their eye and then tell them why they need to get involved.
Well, I would love for you to go to 24hourdallas.org. That's our website. You will see that there are opportunities to learn what we're up to, what we're focused on, and how you can get involved. And we'd welcome to have you as a member. Membership is $25 a year. That'll break the bank. And get involved in what we're doing. Help us make this happen.
Outstanding. You inspire me. Thank you, Randal.
Thank you.
You're awesome.
I appreciate it.
That's it for now. We'll see you next time.